then I'm just letting you know this camera is not for you. The camera that is on my radar is the FX3. Okay, so I wanted to make this video super quick because, you know, the videos are getting out there, man. Like, the camera hasn't even officially been released to the market. So I wanted to make this real quick and just talk about, you know, my views on the Z6 III from, you know, a Z6 owner. I've owned the Z6 for so many years. It's been my main workhorse. I haven't had that many complaints with it. There was just a couple of things missing from it, and the Z6 III has that. So yeah, enjoy this quick video. It's just me talking, giving you my thoughts. If you stay tuned to the end, I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you share it or drop a comment and give me your thoughts, and I will respond. All right, let's get into the video. All right, so take this gum out my mouth. The Nikon Z6 III is out. They just sent out pre-production models to, you know, people who are very, very, very professional in the field. And I'm excited about it, to say the least. This is a camera I've been asking for. This is a camera I've been looking for. And yeah, it's just overall like a true hybrid camera, and I am a hybrid shooter. Notice my YouTube name, The Hybrid Shooter. Now, just to start this video off, you know, I've been looking at videos of people who have the pre-production model, and also I've been seeing the comments, and a lot of people seem like they have an issue with this camera. I'm just trying to understand why. But, you know, I did a deeper dive into what people were saying and, you know, their complaints. Like, one complaint is it's not enough megapixels. Another complaint is, you know, the flippy screen. They don't need the flippy screen. And that's making me realize that this camera is not for everybody. This camera is for people like me who are truly hybrid shooters. People who do photography just as much as they do videography or cinematography. As a DP cinematographer, I don't need megapixels. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about reframing my pictures as a photographer. That's something that doesn't matter as much to me. And just so you know, 24.5 megapixels is enough to make large prints. I don't want anyone to think that it's not enough. I've seen it with my own eyes, it's enough. So megapixels is not a big, you know, plus for me. Like, that doesn't draw me to a camera. Also, when it comes to a flippy screen, I know photographers who that is their main job. They are photographer. I can understand how the flippy screen could be an issue. Rather than the Z6, which is what I'm shooting on right now, it was the tilt screen, tilt up and down. And I could see, you know, how that could be an issue for some photographers because, you know, I saw that in the comments. And again, I just have to say that means this camera's not for you. If you're complaining about the camera in any way, it's not for you. Just a little backstory. I'm shooting on the Nikon Z6. I bought two of these back when they came out, 2018, one for me and one for my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife. And we have been rocking with these cameras for going on 6 years now. This camera was the best in class when it came out. Just a little bit of the specs. It could do 4K up to 30. It could do 1080 up to 120 frames per second. It's super easy to switch from photo to video, and it's lightweight, compact, weather sealed. All of these features are in the Z6 III, which I love. And of course, they added some new things like being able to record 6K internally, raw at that, in a format called N-Log. Now, if you don't know what N-Log is, it's Nikon's log profile. The Z6 and the Z6 II, they did not have those. And that's something, you know, I was wanting. And because I wanted that, I ended up going to Blackmagic for a couple of years. I bought the 4K and I also had the 6K Pro. And the 6K Pro is actually in the price range of the Z6 III. However, I ended up getting rid of my 6K Pro because it didn't have things like autofocus and I couldn't take pictures. And I'm a hybrid shooter. I need my camera to be able to do video well and pictures well, and I believe the Z6 III is that camera. So another reason I believe this camera is for me, and it may be some of you too, the Z6 III does 6K. It even does 5.4K, which is a lot of resolution. And I'm a person who does a lot of social media content. I'm an artist. I work with other artists. I work with brands, companies, nonprofits, and they need social media content. Having that 6K resolution makes it so much easier for me to shoot and not worry about framing all the time, because I know I have that extra resolution to punch in. And that means I don't have to buy a bunch of lenses. I'm shooting on a 35 right now. I have a 50, I have an 85, and I'm looking to buy maybe like a 20 or something like that. But because of the extra resolution, I don't really need to worry about getting the shot perfect when it comes to social media content creation. Next, I want to talk about the flip screen. This is something I love. You know, I work with the FX3 at work, the A7S III. We even had an A7S II, and I love the flippy screen because you can see yourself. Sometimes it becomes hard to see myself. Like even filming this, I had to record 3 times and then go behind the camera to make sure I was in focus and I was framed up correctly. And because I shoot videos like this, and because I shoot social media content of myself, I need that screen. I need to make sure I'm in frame. I need to make sure the lighting looks good. And the flippy screen really, really helps that. This camera couldn't have come at a better time. I was looking to upgrade, and the camera that is on my radar is the FX3. Now, I don't necessarily want to switch to Sony, but I needed something that could do the job. And I believe the Sony FX3 was the camera that could do the job. Like I said, I work with it at work. It's great, 4K. It has a log profile, which is something I need. When it comes to, you know, dynamic range and being able to push your colors, and of course having 10-bit internal, that's something I needed. But I'm so glad Nikon came out with this Z6 III, because not only does it shoot in 10-bit and have a log profile, it can shoot in 12-bit. 12-bit internal RAW. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. At this point, this camera, the Z6 III that's coming out, is better than the FX3, and it is about $1,000 or $1,200 cheaper. You can't beat that. So thank you, Nikon, for coming out with this camera, because I was literally about to take my money to Sony. I'm just letting y'all know right now, if y'all see this video, just know a lot of us, and it's not just me, I know a couple of other people who own Nikon cameras, and they were thinking about making that switch to Sony because of the features I just talked about. But yeah, this camera came at a perfect price point. Like I said earlier, same price as a 6K Pro Blackmagic. And that's a camera I had, a camera I loved. It was just too big, weirdly shaped, no internal stabilization, no autofocus. And yeah, so I'm very happy that this camera's coming out. I have no complaints about it. I'm gonna get it. And if you do have complaints about it, and if you're trying to compare it to the ZF, then I'm just letting you know this camera is not for you. If you have the ZF, I don't think you need the Z6 III. I don't think you need it. If you have the Z8, you don't need the Z6 III unless you're trying to do a multiple camera setup or something like that. But yeah, this camera is in the middle. This is their middle camera. Like, this is their middle welterweight. If this was a boxing match, this is their middleweight. So yeah, I'm excited about the Z6 III. I can't wait to get my hands on it and, you know, be able to put it into my workflow, see how it works, and just learn everything I can about it. So stay tuned for some Z6 III reviews. And until next time, y'all go out and create. And all right, have a blessed day.